The alarm blared, but a different sound jolted Ethan Albright, 35, awake. Lysandra Evans, 33, laughing behind the locked bathroom door. Not the familiar chuckle they once shared, but a breathless, electric giggle. Ready to learn the shocking truth? This wasn't just a laugh. It was a betrayal echoing in their quiet home. He heard her whisper, "I told you, I can't text when he's here." The words fractured something deep inside him, like bones splitting under skin, silent but devastating. What if everything you believe is a lie? Lysandra emerged, striking blonde hair damp, mascara still smudged from the previous night. She kissed his cheek, cold lips, a colder heart. He stood like an automaton, a husband who still clung to a shred of hope. But the wedding ring left casually by the sink, combined with the earlier chill, told a different story. From that morning, Ethan stopped being a blind man. Her scent, once pervasive, now felt absent. The custom boot rack in her closet was missing two pairs. His gut twisted. Lysandra, with her trendy, expensive clothes, was slowly, meticulously extracting herself. He checked their shared digital calendar. Key dates, their anniversary dinner, a weekend cabin trip, erased. 95% of people miss this simple trick of deceit. Her social media, barren of them, featured a single chilling quote, "You can't pour from an empty cup." Was that him? An empty vessel she refused to fill? He went to the old, dusty utility room. The fireproof box, their repository of important documents, felt lighter. Her passport was gone. 2 weeks prior, she'd emptied their joint savings, transferring her half. The receipt lay there, a stark white flag of surrender. This wasn't distance. It was an exit plan. My hands were shaking when I did it. He texted her, "Can we talk?" Her reply, hours later, "I'll be late. Don't wait up." He didn't. He waited outside, hidden in the shadows. At 11:12 p.m., a sleek black sedan pulled up. Lysandra stepped out, laughing, into the arms of a tall, sharp-featured man whose expensive cologne drifted even from 15 feet away. Their kiss wasn't a peck. It was raw, hungry. Ethan froze, his mind a thousand screaming voices. Why? Why this man? This lie? This changed my life in 30 days. He backed away, a phantom in his own life. That night he slept in his car, journaling every brutal detail, desperate for answers. The next morning he played the part. Lysandra, wearing the same red coat, mascara still smudged, mumbled about a yoga class. 20 minutes after she left, Ethan followed. No yoga. She met the same man at a charming cafe on Carter Street, ivy clinging to its brick walls. He watched them from his car, the man's hand on her back, her smile wider than Ethan had seen in years. He took photos, not for revenge, but to prove he wasn't imagining this shattering reality. Later that week, a voicemail changed everything. He found her second phone in her gym bag, unlocked. A message from her to him. "He's so safe, so boring. I feel like I'm living with a ghost." And she laughed. That was the night something inside me died. Not heartbreak, but a cold, surgical severance. He stopped trying to fix things. He started documenting the autopsy of his marriage. He didn't confront her yet, because she wasn't afraid of losing him, but she should have been. 2 weeks later, Lysandra announced a 3-day leadership retreat, complete with a color-coded itinerary. Ethan knew it was a lie. He'd already scheduled those days off. Stop. Read this before you go any further. He drove her to the airport, a warm goodbye masking his calculated plan. 5 hours later, he checked into a hotel near her supposed conference, booking a room overlooking the parking lot. She never showed, but at 11:20 p.m., a different car, a different Lysandra, jeans, leather jacket, that same electric laugh, pulled up with the same man. They bypassed the main hotel, disappearing into a quiet, romantic guest house next door. Suite 3. He stood in the cold, numb. She wasn't hiding anymore. He wasn't a threat. He was a placeholder. He scribbled everything in his journal, reminding himself what was real. How spending money can make you richer by losing everything else. He realized he was disappearing, just as she wanted. but it would be on his terms. Back home, Ethan began phase one. All shared accounts, utilities, subscriptions, car insurance, everything was in his name. Quietly, he rented an apartment across town, acquired a new phone, set up a digital mailbox. He deleted himself, piece by piece, from their shared web. He cooked her dinner, folded her laundry, listened to her fake stories, building the quietest escape imaginable. One night, he overheard her whisper on the phone, "He's still here, but not for long. He'll fade out eventually." She laughed. That laugh sealed it. She was waiting for him to burn out, but he wouldn't fade. He'd vanish, leaving her to realize the man she discarded had pulled the rug from under her feet. He started moving his belongings, clothes, documents, backups of her secret messages. His departure file grew daily. He wasn't planning revenge. He was planning an audit. Then she came home drunk, mumbling about his ordinariness. Why failure is the key to success. He looked at her, this woman who carved him out of her world. He wasn't walking away. He was disappearing. It happened on a Friday. The apartment was nearly empty, disguised by similar replacements. That evening, Lysandra came home, unusually quiet. "Did you do something in here?" she asked, looking around. Ethan, with a real calm smile, replied, "Maybe you're finally noticing things." He left his phone on the counter, unlocked, displaying a folder of photos. Her with him at the cafe, kissing at the guest house. He went upstairs. 15 minutes later, the clatter of her heels, the rustle of paper, then deep, uneven breaths. Her voice from outside their bedroom door was a cracked whisper. "Where did you get those?" He just waited. She opened the door, mascara smeared, hands trembling. "Ellison, please, I didn't mean—" He sat up. "You don't need to explain. You were right. I don't deserve your affection, and now you'll never have to worry about giving it again." Her knees buckled. She crumpled to the floor, unplugged from reality. He offered no fight, no tears, no pleas. He was simply done. "Is there someone else?" she asked, the irony palpable. "No," he said, "just someone I'm starting to remember how to be." She sobbed, but he felt nothing, only peace. He slept in their bed alone, she on the hallway floor. He heard everything, but he had stopped listening. Her affection, once everything, now meant nothing. A week later, Lysandra was softer, too soft, texting him, asking about dinner. She never mentioned the photos or the other man. She hoped to rewind, reset. But he wasn't standing still. He scheduled dinner, telling her to dress nicely. She came down in a green dress he once loved, hair curled. Candles, her favorite wine, homemade risotto. She looked at him, confused, as the doorbell rang. He opened it. Her parents, his sister, mutual friends Derek and Alina. Each held a sealed envelope. Inside, a 4-page letter titled, "The Truth You Deserve to Know," filled with photos, timelines, screenshots, restaurant receipts for 2, hotel check-ins, and her own chilling words from the voicemail. Lysandra froze. Her mother silenced her. His sister walked past without a glance. Derek and Alina sat, the mask shattered. "You invited them?" she whispered. "They deserved honesty. You gave them lies." He gestured to the table. The meal, the wine. This wasn't reconciliation. It was farewell. No yelling, no screaming, just quiet exposure. She didn't just lose him. She lost the version of herself she built in everyone else's eyes. She stormed out, leaving her purse, slamming doors. He stayed, finished his wine. The food, for the first time in years, tasted like release. The ghost she thought he'd become was gone. She didn't return. 2 days later, he slid the divorce papers into their mailbox, already signed. He left a note. "No need to talk. Everything you need is in the envelope. I won't be back." He walked out of that house, never looking back. Leaving didn't feel dramatic. It felt like setting down a weight he hadn't realized he carried. No more pretending, no more waiting to be chosen. He rebuilt slowly, quietly, rediscovered forgotten books, made scrambled eggs at 2 a.m., reconnected with his brother. He slept through the night. One day over coffee, he laughed. A real laugh. It wasn't easy. He missed the comfort, even its twisted form. But she was wrong. He deserved affection, loyalty, and a chance to start over. She tried to erase him with distance. He erased her with peace. And that, in the end, was more powerful than anything she ever expected.